So I don't follow boxing quite as closely as I follow MMA, but I do keep up with the big fights, keep up with the big events, and man, we got a big event getting booked right now. Terence Crawford is going to defend his belt or his belts. That's how casual I am. I don't even know how many belts Crawford has, but of course he's got one or more. He's pound for pound one of the best in the world. Him and Errol Spence up for debate. Who's the best welterweight on the planet? Who's the best at 147? It's one of those two. And Terence Crawford is going to try to prove it's him, of course, not by fighting Errol Spence, but by fighting Shawn Porter, who's also one of the best welterweights on the planet. I mean, if Terence Crawford's not going to fight Errol Spence, this is probably who I'd want him to fight. I mean, it's great stuff. It's going to be a great fight. We saw Shawn Porter fight Errol Spence, and even though he didn't get the victory, was it a split decision? Now I think about it, it might even been a split decision. But if even if it was unanimous, even if it was a unanimous victory for Errol Spence, it was still a great showing for Shawn Porter. He showed his grit. He showed, the guy's a savage in there. He's a fighter, and if he could bring a similar fight to Terence Crawford, I mean, we might be surprised by the end of the night as to who takes that victory. I mean, if you put a gun to my head, I probably would pick Terence Crawford to win that fight. But something about it, I really wouldn't be too surprised if Shawn Porter came out firing on all cylinders and was able to pull out the W. I mean, the guy is legit. Shawn Porter. I mean, I was very impressed with his fight against Errol Spence, and I think the guy is one of the elite welterweights for sure. And like I said, Terence Crawford should be the favorite to win that fight. He will be for sure. But, this is no easy fight for Terence Crawford. This is no easy fight. This is, one of the best welterweights on the planet. So if Crawford can get that W, that's a big bump to his resume for sure. That says a lot, and that's going to be very good for him because, he hasn't really beaten too many of those really elite welterweights thus far in his career. A lot of his opponents are, like I said, not of the elite, not of the elites. But Shawn Porter will be one of the elites, and if Terence Crawford can get the win, especially if he could get a knockout or a TKO or something like that, that would be huge. Of course, we all want to see Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. We would love to see that. We would love to see that. Will we ever see it? Maybe not. But even if we do, even if we don't, it's great that we're seeing Shawn Porter fight both of them at least. I mean, the guy's a savage, and I'm very happy they're making this fight. I can't wait to see it. And like I said, a lot on the line for both guys. I mean, well, I guess Shawn Porter doesn't have too much to lose. Terence Crawford has a little bit more to lose, but even still, it's not. I don't think anyone is expecting this to be an easy fight for Crawford. I mean, if he goes out there and wins by any means necessary, I think we'll all still be impressed and say, hey, at least, hey, you went and beat an elite, It's not like Errol Spence had an easy night out with Shawn Porter. He certainly did not, So it's not like Shawn Porter is some walkover for the elites. No, he's not. Terence Crawford is going to have a hard time in there. And if he doesn't, well, then that really shows just what level he's on. I really can't wait to see this fight, just to see how Terence Crawford can perform against a guy who's shown, like, hey, Shawn Porter has shown, that he can hang in there with Errol Spence and, go blow for blow with Spence, Can he do the same with Crawford? Can he lure Crawford into that brawl? If he can, man, we'll have a hell of a fight on our hands, And even if he can't, regardless of what happens in that ring, we're gonna have two of the elite welterweights in there, and it's gonna be a spectacle for sure. It's gonna be a spectacle, and that's one of the things probably hampering Terence Crawford's pound for pound resume is when you compare him to a guy like Canelo or something, Canelo's beaten a lot of the best guys in his weight class. So if Crawford can go out there and beat Shawn Porter and then maybe get a fight with Yordenis Ugas or something, well, hey, then we're talking. He's really fighting the real contenders. He's really fighting the elites. And so I'm happy that, even though it's not Errol Spence, right, at least we really got a real fight. It's not, Terence Crawford's not going to be a minus 7,000 favorite, We got a real fight on our hands, and I can't wait to see it. So let me know what you guys think. Who do you think will win this fight? It's going to be a huge one. Shawn Porter, Terence Crawford, what do you think? Let me know in the comments. Who do did you think it should be Shawn Porter? Of course, we would have rather seen Spence, but would you have rather seen anyone else, Jordanis Ugas, something like that? I think Shawn Porter is a good matchup, but let me know what you think. Leave a like if you like the video. Subscribe for more videos like this one. There'll be more every week, and thank you very much for watching.